Take this. This is a good example for the swirl also, because the thinner the gauge, the easier for the swirl to be. Because we can, once it's like this, we can take it and like walk it down. And if you want to tight, just pinch it so it's tighter. As such. And this is another way of doing the swirl. And then we'll cut the top and bring this around as such. So it's not too bad. But it's just not as secure. And there's a simple remedy for this, which we'll get up into the next demonstration. So that's the only thing, again, because you kind of see it, it's easy to, and if you wear it as a pendant, if you're jogging or running, just over time, because of the shock, it will become looser and looser over time. That's the only thing with a thinner gauge. But there's a way to like reinforce it and tighten it up to use a thinner gauge if you find it easier to work with. Now, there's a couple of ways. I'm going to show you, there's one wrapping, the little bit more elaborate versus the simple, get a little more with the elaborate wrapping. This is the 20 gauge, feels like a 20. And so one thing we can do is, let's get a little longer. Well, we'll do it for demonstration purposes. So this is a 14 gauge. This is a 20 gauge. And so we will take this 20 and wrap it around the 14. And we're going to start off wrapping it real tight to itself. Like this. And so and again, if you're doing it this way, you see it was pretty long, but we run it out very fast and only got like this far. So this requires a lot of this thin cage because you're wrapping so close to right here. And it just adds a one look to it. And again, some of the pieces should have, you can see this on the pieces. Now, the other thing is, you can either do the whole thing like this and have it like that, or you can do the whole thing in another way, which is not, you do like maybe 2 or 3 together, then you come down. See, you come down like this, come down, then go 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4. And then we just stretch it down again, and then do maybe 3 or 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5, however you want to do it. It can be symmetric, 3, 3, 3, 3, or 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, whatever the ancestors taught to you. And so we come up, and as such. And so, for time's sake, we're just going to just show, let you see how this is done. And what happens is, it makes it a little easier to wrap also because there's something to hold the crystal. So it's not just sliding all around. So this is how it looks as such. And then we'll just take a crystal, and this is a smaller one. And the same concept, starting like in the middle. Probably should use a big one because all those wrapping around there, right? Let's use this guy. It's a funny shape crystal. As such.
Well, I like that.
And as such. And so, and we cut it. Hold it so it don't go flying. And cut the bottom. And this is a very simple wrapping where we just take it and just curve this to itself as such. And make the loop here. And this piece that's kind of hanging, it can even go through here to add a different look to it. Like through, use these two to pull it through. And it will come up like through here. And just wrap it around here the same way. And we'll just cut it off. And so that's that. So again, it adds a different look to it. More elegant.
I like that.
And there's a bracelet, you know, the same style. I'll show you the bracelet. With a larger size copper, like thicker gauge. And there's a 10 gauge. If anybody wish to like make a bracelet, something like this, you know, we have the 10 gauge available. It just costs, not cost, but it, you know, it's thicker. So we'll just set with you if you wish to do that. But like here's a bracelet with that same kind of design on it, but it just did like 3 or 4, and that gauge is like a 6 gauge. That's a 6 gauge with maybe a 14 wrapped around the 6 gauge. Give you an idea of the size of that style.
I remember that was one of the things when I first saw your pieces, except that like amazed me because you work with a thicker wire.
Just a little thinner one there, but the concept is still the same. As you can just see how they just do a little together, and then you come out, do it together, come out, do it together.
So this is a thick piece of copper that you wrapped around copper.
Yep, and the thick copper like that comes from Home Depot. They have some, not all Home Depots now, but some of them have it. The electrical department, where you can go get it from the spool, and they have the most of it is in insulation. They do have a few that is like bare. You know, they have like the 4 gauge, the 6 gauge, the 8 gauge, 10 and 12. So they have those in bare. And so again, the 6 gauge and the 8 gauge is like for the bracelets, and the 4 gauge is actually for chokers. It's even real thick. And that same kind of design would be for a choker because it's a little thicker. So
But these you're making from a sheet.
yes, those actually,
I know.
that copper is not a sheet. It's called a refrigerator coil. In fact, this is a thicker one. This is a 1/4, 3/8. There's another, oh, yes.
This?
So,
That you like what you have on your farm.
yes, this size is this size.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you flatten it.
Yep.
Wow.
So this is size, there's a thick size. This is just FYI on the copper. And there's a thin size. This is the thinner one. And with the thinner one, this one with the texture on it, this thinner one is actually this size copper here. This is a refrigeration coil from Home Depot. It comes either 10 feet or 20 feet. This is also that same kind of coil. It may be called something else.
That's a copper line that when they come and put your.
Yeah.
Oh, serious?
Because it's hollow. That's why it's hollow. Since it's hollow, it's easy to bend.
It's valuable. Okay. Wow.
Yep. In fact, may get a crimp in it or something if you're not too careful when you're bending it, because it's easy to bend.
Break, yeah.
And then this is a 12 gauge wrapped around here. And once you wrap the 12 gauge, it fortifies it so it's sturdy. It's been dropped, ran over. Takes a licking to keep on the ticking in the sea, the ocean, and everything. Both of them.
I was really just wondering, like, is it heavy on your neck? But it's hollow.
Right, it's hollow.
Can I see that? Are you gonna put that on?
This it's too small to go.
Those orders?
Huh?
Are those orders?
It's for sale. All the samples are for sale too, FYI.
Yeah, I'm about to get my ankle bracelet on.
And so yeah, this is just when it
So you hammered these.
Yep,
Wow.
magnet.
You have a magnet here.
It's a black, it's a ceramic magnet.
What side do you know what side is facing your body?
That nuh-uh. That's a good question though.
Is this from Wakanda?
Do you work with copper lines?
Not really.
Yeah. Master, is this from Wakanda?
Wakanda.
Yes. Yes. Pre-Wakanda, actually.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for Wakanda. Yeah. So we, feel more, been waiting for Wakanda.
I love it.
And so this is what it looks like, just with a hammer flattened out before it goes into the bracelet form. And these edges are very sharp. And just take a file it down with sandpaper. And they're ready to be, because bending into a bracelet as such.
Oh, so you get the flat sheets. Like that.
Yeah. Again, it's the same.
It's that.
Oh.
It's either the
Did you flatten that? Isha?
Yeah.
You hammered it down. Wow.
Yeah, with the hammer.
Can I see?
This is heavy. So you
And be
have
careful, it's sharp on the end. So
this is a magnet. What is it?
It's a magnet.
I love the texture.
And the magnet.
and that's a textured hammer.
It
I think
is.
at Amazon give you like different heads you can change on there.
Wow.
And so if you have like, it don't matter with that because that's a texture. You just hit it and it puts the imprint on there.
Okay.
But like for the smooth bracelet, the smoothness, you want to get like maybe an anvil. One brother they use a tree trunk, but something smooth. My person has an anvil, from Amazon, and when you place it down and you hit it, the back side is where the hammer goes, and the front side is smooth because it's on an anvil. It's a smooth anvil.
Can I ask you a question? And this magnet is here for what purpose?
Magnetism.
To trap an energy.
Yeah, that's that thing about this whole the left brain don't really know. That's all we got. The right brain was like, magnetism is doing something, it's shifting energy around, and the clear quartz raise the vibration of the energy. The copper have it flowing. So we're saying, gather this energy, raise the vibration, and have it flowing in the shape of the Ankh. Sacred geometry. That's and then it's say when you put your head through this womb, you're being born again. And allow this energy to do the work.
That was powerful.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's
That.
You're from Wakanda, all right.
and it's like an IV, right? Because years of programming, like growing up, in Alabama, Tulsa, Alabama, down the south, was raped, bullied, all kind of traumas. Was the kind of black sheep thought differently, and the programming says let's go away, let's join the Navy, let's get away from the family, because they don't, it's hard on him, you know what I'm saying? And so we just wanted to run away, and Gemini rising can be extreme, that either this or that, and that extreme, right, is just going the wrong way. So, adorning like this on here is like an IV. It's like every day just reminding ourselves, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're born again. It's okay. And just slowly but surely becoming more settled within, being different. So, yep. Mm-hmm. And the only thing left is to show you how to make a ring if you might want to make a ring. Other than that, it's time to get wrapping.
Let's get it.
This is what he made. He made these.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you be
Not be gone too much.
Yes,
It's
sir.
quiet in the corner.
He made.
Oh, the chainmail. Can you do a class, please?
Wow.
I was
Wow.
gonna
I
learn this
got
for
a bigger
years.
chain too.
You
Wow.
made those? Yeah, you made those. No, you made those at home. At
Wow.
home?
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow. See?
Oh, God.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Did you make the class?
And all these are separate,
Did you
huh?
weld it?
Yeah.
Solder?
Those are all separate. He did them with his hands.
Wow. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
So
Awesome.
intricate.
Now, did you just come up with this idea and you decided that you would
Well-
experiment with the metal?
Well, it started out I was looking at the different rocks and things like that. And so I was like, oh, I want to go on some rock hounding trips and dig up some rocks. And then I started looking into the different stones, and then I just got,
I know.
absorbed into that whole thing. And I started out making copper and pewter jewelry, trying to, get good at it, because I come from an art background. And so I got some copper, labradorite, and
Isn't that bad?
opals, and
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of stuff. This is a labradorite.
Wow.
Did you see this? Yeah, so I got all this equipment
It's a crown.
at the house.
It's a crown. It's a crown.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Could
Does
be.
it go over your head?
No, I don't want it to. I just want it to sit.
This is an opal.
I just wanted it to sit.
This is
Mhm.
beautiful.
I've never seen
Maybe have to
opal
make
in real
it
life.
bend it, shape it a little bit. Uh-huh.
He gets a
Oh, man, put that right down there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you need to do.
Okay.
Wear that on the third eye.
Okay, we ready?
Yeah, just the ring real quick. And you have a ring size, you find your size. There's these numbers on this mandrel. And you would take the copper. This is a 14 gauge. It's easy to use the 14 gauge. And say it's a 7, we hit it on the 7. And this has these little grooves, so find the groove that's close to the 7. And slowly come around once. Probably should have used a longer piece, but twice is good. And so with this actually may come in handy for this piece, because what we can do is kind of flatten the bottom out a little bit, because sometimes the ring will have a tendency to spin. This will cut down on the spinning,
When you say spin.
like wrap around.
Slip around your fingers. Skate around your fingers.
Oh, okay. Got you. Got it.
These personal rings, yeah.
Yes. Understood.
Uh-huh. Right. And so flatten it just a little bit. See, this is flat, so it kind of adds, so it doesn't do it as much. Mm-hmm. The more round it does.
Okay.
That's
That's a
labradorite.
good little tip.
And so again, the wide flat is good for this, because you hit at the bottom, and maybe straighten the sides up if they come undone a little bit, and maybe hit it at the top.
This is another labradorite.
And what we do is, if you hold it down, you see the bottom and the top legs. We bring these legs over. The bottom will go up, and the top will come down. And we kind of make like a tunnel. Again, the bottom goes up and over. The top comes over and down. So that way, the crystal can just slide through here, and we wrap it. The same we wrap a pendant. It's a little wider, so use this one. And the same thing is in play. See, it kind of fits almost right in there, boom, like this. And so we have to hold it so it don't slide. When we hold it, we just kind of fold it down and bring it around as such. And hold it so it doesn't go out the front. The thumb's gonna push it. As you know, we've been doing this for a little while. So it may be a little easier if you maybe bring this out and as such. And that's it. It won't fall out and it's good to go. The only thing left now is to make sure the tips that are cut, bring them to touch each other so that way there's no rough edges. And because they're very long, if we cut it off, and we may leave that one because it says it want to stay. So with this, same technique, just bring it around here, kind of holding the thumb here so it doesn't move as much, or just bring it around, and we can actually like pinch it close. Take this and pinch. Pinch it, and then put it in the here to kind of bring it around to have it somewhat in the back, and maybe pinch it a little bit more, and it's smooth. And the same thing with the front. Bring it here. As such, and maybe pinch it. Pinch it.
That's nice.
Yep. Cool thing is the camera here. We got most of it on this camera, so.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, I wasn't watching the camera. Just take it for granted that it was.
Oh,
You know?
right there, yeah.
So if you just take it for granted that it's got everything, you know. Yeah, and maybe just for purposes, we can. Once everybody started rapping, we may just rap one or two here in the screen. And so once it's sent it out, at the end, you have a recap, you know, fast forward or something like that. Oh,
That's a good idea.
cool.
Yeah.
Since the other idea didn't come out as planned, it was
Oh, that's
a
okay.
grand idea, but
It just means we have to come back again.
there it is.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Just have to come back again.
Okay,
Work it out.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going till we get better and better.
And no matter where I sit, you always end up with all my tools.
Yeah, that's what is that all about?
I don't know what that's about, but I'm taking them back this time. So can we get our stones now?
Yes, you get your stones if you like. Plenty up here to choose from. You know, you can grab at least, you know. You want to grab two at one time, or grab one, then come back for a second, or you know.
How does it work?
How does it work?
Whatever spirit guides you to.
Yeah, and since they don't have the actual cards,
They're
however,
in
it's on the
bag.
website. So whatever stone you choose, my person will send you the text or email with all the information about it. Because the way the stones work, they say it's a relationship. You know, they already calling for you. They say she gonna be obedient. He said, she gonna be obedient. Come over here, cause we got you. That's what they say. We got you. And then once you get the card information, then you see if there's how the match is.
I have my life.
Honey quartz?
Honey quartz?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Calcite quartz.
No, quartz is, they got different types of quartz, but it look like honey quartz.
Which one?
Crystal?
That one,
This one?
yeah. I might be wrong.
Don't ask no questions.
It may be.
You're supposed to
Don't
take
ask
it
no
and then you learn.
Oh, you take it, then you learn.
Yeah, that's what the crystal stated this rule. Crystal stated this.
This is just so.
Okay.
Do you have some more pieces of this?
Yeah, okay.
Was that a fire opal? What was that? Was that a fire opal?
Oh, the reference is right outside this
No,
door.
this is actually Ethiopian willow opal.
The little in the.
Yeah, this one. This is willow opal.
Okay, but it wasn't an opal. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
I
getting
got
better. I'm getting better.
And labradorite is actually, it brings out like your magic. They say magic side,
Yeah,
and it protects.
that's
Yes.
pretty powerful too.
They say all of the ice stones are like not earth and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to cut some copper.
It's in the feldspar family. This is its cousin, the moonstone.
Pause this. You see,